They put cameras in my face, and I've had cameras in my face ever since I've been back preaching. I've been interviewed by some of everybody. And everybody seemingly want to start the interview the same way. Prophet, you must have had some kind of faith for God to do that for you. And my little spiritual, prophetic, egotistical, but meaning no harm, kind of semi-prideful self would want to answer them and say, yes, I have great faith. And every time I would want to say, I have great faith, I choke up. They said, you gotta have great faith, man, for God to do that for you. And I'd had to sit with this thought since the first interview. And I realized that it was never my faith for healing that brought me through this. Do I have faith? Absolutely. You better have faith with 11 children and a high maintenance wife. My wife is a flip-flop girl. She'll wear sandals every day. She don't care nothing about a lot of this stuff. But long as you can take her to out the country somewhere, she's good. And that's still high maintenance. She tells everybody, I'm not high maintenance. I don't know why you tell everybody I'm high maintenance. All of your trips, where you want to go, where you want to stay, costs a lot of money. I would want to say, yeah, I got a lot of faith. I could never say it. But Prophet Burroughs, if you didn't have faith, how are you standing on that platform? Listen, I got faith. I do, but I got faith, but I never, hear me when I tell you this, I have never used my faith for healing. Never. Well, how are you standing there? What brought you through? How did you come through that? Man, this is the honest to God truth. Every time I heard doctors say what they would say, I'd take a deep breath. I had to block everything and everybody out. Everything that I was hearing that would not give me the kind of results that I knew God had for my life. I'd block all that stuff out. Listen. And I would picture every time God's hand being as big as the planet, literally. And I would picture myself as one grain of sand off of any beach. One grain of sand. If you go to the beach and wet your fingertips and stick it in the sand, you'll have thousands of grains of sand on the fingertip. I would picture myself as one grain of sand in the hand of God. Listen to me. And I just rested in the fact that I knew God loved me. I knew that God loved me. And either way, I would have been fine because I'm a born-again believer. I love God. I've been saved. I'm spirit-filled. I've been blood-bought and blood-washed. I was good either way. Listen to me. I rested in the love of God. I wouldn't care. I didn't care what the doctor said. My family flew in from everywhere. They drove in. I had 60 people in my house at one time. They thought I was going to die. They thought that it was over for me. My mother, who never flew in her life, said, I will never fly until I go to heaven. When she got word that her son was dying, she got on an airplane and I rested in the love of God. This is the praise team fault. They shifted the whole service. They shifted the whole message tonight. God said, I want my people to understand that if they'll put their faith in my love, I don't want them using their faith for stuff they don't have to. If they'll put their faith in my love, then everything that you need and everything that you want to desire, listen, it's in the love of God. My healing flowed out of the love of God. I rested in the knowledge and in the fact that I knew God loved me. And my healing flowed out of his love. Your salvation flows out of the love of God. Deliverance flows out of the love of God. Prosperity flows out of the love of God. Whatever you need is in his love. And God spoke to me standing there and he said, I want you to tell them to take no thought for tomorrow. What they're going to eat, what they're going to wear, where they're going to live. Listen to me. He said, because those are the kind of things that Gentiles seek after. You know who Gentiles are? Unbelievers. People outside of a covenant with God. They seek after those things. And the Bible says in Matthew 6 that your heavenly Father knows that you have need of these things. And because he knows that you have need of these things, he don't want you to use your faith for these things. He wants you to put your faith in his love. And out of his love is going to flow these things. I don't want you walking around any longer acting like there's not a God on your side, and like there's not a God that don't know what you need, and that there's not a God that don't know where you are. God knows where you are. He knows what you need. He's got power. Matter of fact, he is power. And he's got the power to get to you wherever you are, whatever you need, whenever you need it. You just got to learn to rest in the love of God. Don't spend another day worrying about your children, your grandchildren. Don't spend another day worrying about your business, your job, your health. I mean, you do your part, but then you just rest in the love of God. You just know that God's got you. Come on, somebody. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I know God's got me. And here's my last part for tonight. This is why you got to rejoice. You got to rejoice. Watch this. You got to rejoice because hell knows something that most of us don't. Watch this. You know what that is? That's life. And God is keeping us alive for a reason. If God was finished with us, we would be dead. Listen to me, and I'm done. The very fact that you and I are still alive, it prophesies to hell that there is more coming for us. And there's more coming to us. I want to call it greater. Here's what I found out about God. Anytime God gets finished with a person, he takes them off the planet. If you are still here, that's where you say, and I am. Then God has more for you. He has more for you spiritually. He has more for you naturally. God is not finished with your life. Hell gave it his best shot, and you and I are still here. God is keeping us here, not for the devil to play with us, not for the enemy to toy with us, Not for us to live beneath our privilege. He's keeping us here because he's going to use us. The devil gets nervous every morning when you wake up. And here's why. He knows that if you wake up and put your feet on the floor, that today could be the day that your whole life shifts again. And he'll never be able to stop you. I prophesy to this house tonight. Y'all have done well. Potter's house, you have done extremely, extraordinarily, incredibly, phenomenally well. And you've done well while yet believing God for greater. God sent me here tonight to tell you that your best days are still in front of you. You have not seen God do what he's going to do. I said you have not seen God do what listen, I don't blame the devil for trying to stop you. I don't blame hell for coming against you. I don't blame him for trying to mess with your marriage and trying to mess with your health and trying to mess with your children and trying to keep you frustrated and trying to keep you off of focus. I don't blame hell for that. But the devil's time is up. He knows that he cannot stop the move of God. Reach over and grab somebody and tell them, just rest in the love of God. Come on, tell somebody else, rest in the love of God. You're coming through this. You're coming out of this. You're an overcomer. Come on, God's keeping you alive for a reason. If God was finished with you, you wouldn't be standing here looking at me tonight. The very fact that you are alive, it sends shockwaves through the corridors of hell. Demons are nervous because you're still breathing. Everything that have come against you to distract you, to take you off focus, you ought to make an examination of your life and look and see that everything that the devil sent, he sent it to distract you. He sent it to frustrate you. He sent it to make you, he's trying to get you to stop believing in the love of God. Somebody said, well, Prophet Burroughs, you don't understand what I'm going through. I've never been through anything this intense in my life. Let me prophesy to you tonight and tell you, the greater the battle, the greater the blessing. Let me go ahead and tell you tonight, God's just making you tough. You're going to need to be strong, so just stand and go right on through it. You're going to come out of it. I can see you somewhere in your future, and you're looking much different than you look right now. And you look pretty good right now, but greater is coming. But Prophet Burroughs, I'm 60, 70, I'm 80, I'm 90 years old. You mean to tell me that God still got something else for me? You better believe it. Because if he was finished with you, you wouldn't be here. You still got some more places to go. You still got some more things to do. My God, you done worked all your life. It's time for you to live now. Come on, I said it's time for you to live now. I said it's time for you to live now. Get your strength back. Get your hope back. Get your fight back. You got something else to do. Make up your mind. Listen to me, and I'm done. Make up your mind that I'm not going to die till I get ready. Look down your row and tell 2 or 3 people, don't die till you get ready. I'm told the man in the Bible realized that he had not passed the blessing to his sons. And death came to get him. And he's on his deathbed. servant to go get his sons. He said, go get my boys, because my time is at hand, and I have not passed the blessing to them. In other words, he puts death with his sickle in a corner and put him on hold. The servant goes and gets the sons. He lays his hands on his sons and he passes the blessing. And then he looks at death and said, now let's do this. He did not die until he got ready. Okay, you need New Testament? Jesus. They talk junk to Jesus all the way to Calvary. We're going to kill you. Jesus said, don't nobody take my life. You don't have enough power to take my life. It couldn't have been me. If I was Jesus, I'd have sent a lightning bolt and cleared all of them. I wouldn't nobody be saved. He said, nobody take my life, but I lay it down. And don't go too far. Just get a hotel room for a couple of days, because in 3 days I'm going to rise again. Come on, he didn't die till he got ready. Come on, y'all talk to me in here. The doctors told me I was going to die. And I said, I ain't going to die. I shall live and not die and declare the works of God. And I'm here tonight, alive and declaring the works of God. One final saying, and I'm going to pray. I looked at my wife and I told her, ain't no way I'm leaving you. Because if I die and go to heaven and could look back in the earth and see you in another man's arms, I would have died again in heaven. I shall live and not die. Grab your neighbor's hands. Our best days, tell them our best days are still in front of us. It doesn't matter if you've been divorced. It doesn't matter if you've had to file bankruptcy. It does not matter what the doctors have said. It does not matter what the witch said. It does not matter what the warlock said. It does not matter what your haters and your critics say. If God be for you, and since God is for you, you're going to live. This is not your time to die. Stop trying to die. You shall live. Put your faith in the love of God.